Hi everybody, Gobbo Slayer here, and I'm going to be bringing you a battle breakdown of a quick game between myself and the infamous King of the Dead. So in this match, it's going to be my green skins versus his Tomb Kings, and I wanted to bring you guys this replay to show you some really solid Tomb Kings play and how he screens out my attack on his formation. So I'm still learning green skins. They're a faction I never really picked up much before the update, but I've been enjoying them a lot, and this is one of my early learning experiences playing against a really good undead player who typically gives the greenskins a lot of trouble. So looking over the lineup real quick, we have a front line of goblins, orc boys, and that's it really. Just a couple more stone trolls. Stone trolls is a super good unit right now. 70 armor, thick missile resist. I think it's 30% physical resist if I recall correctly. There we go. Yeah, 30%, and then an additional 25% magical resist. That's really what makes them such good units right now. And then we're running double black orc big boss because he hits like a truck. He's got over 3,200 HP, a silver shield. Just a really good single entity target killer. He is expensive right now, but considering that you get the immune to psychology and other bonuses from him, it's pretty good. We also have an Arachnarok spider. With the Goblin Great Shaman on top. So I'm getting pounded by the Bone Giant here. At least you get some nice splatter there at the beginning. And just a couple Spider Riders on the flanks and 8-peak Loonies, pretty much an auto include in every matchup. And some Savage Orc Biggins as well right here for a bit of anti-large hitting. And you notice right off the bat, this little icon here, I've actually hit the Night Shroud, which has made this whole group of units all invisible, so I won't be getting shot by the Bone Giant on the approach anymore, which is going to be nice for me as I try to kind of blitz in there. I do miss this unit over here though. So going over King of the Dead's build, which is a really solid build, I like it a lot. It has Archon the Black on horseback with Spirit Leech spam, Tomb Blade, all that good stuff, Libra Mortis, Staff of Nagash, Libra Mortis, Fate of Buna. I don't think he even needed the Fate of Buna with my kind of build, but I can see why he would bring it against Black Orcs and other things. Double Ushopti for grinding out the front line and providing some much needed mass to stop rushes. Nice front line of Tomb Guard, which are going to hold up a lot better than skeletons against the typical Orc rush. And then just some spears in the back, one of which is the ROR, Scorpion Legion. And some Nehekar horsemen just for some added mass and screening. Oh, and as far as the other rest hero leadership, Necrotect with a restore for extra heals, and a Tomb Prince with Guardian, and I believe that is the Rampage. Let's see here. Yeah, Curse of Jajaf Rampage, and of course the big bad Bone Giant bringing things up. So let's get this underway now that we've finally gone over the armies. I go straight in for Archon since he was just kind of sitting at the front, hoping that I could maybe get a quick snipe in. The Goblin Great Shaman, although his leadership's not great at 60, he still has almost 7.5k HP, which is pretty good. Blast Archon with a Vindictive Glare and just decide to just go right in there because he doesn't have any hard-hitting anti-large besides this Tomb Prince. And this is going to be an early mistake here going in. I let the Goblin Great Shaman surrounded, and although he's got 120 armor, he just gets surrounded, ends up taking a beating from the horses, Archon, and the Tomb Prince. My Stone Trolls here are doing a good job of pushing through with their mass, but now they're starting to get bogged down by the Ushopti who are coming in. The horsemen are actually being used to block them in. And out on the flanks, my Spider Riders are a little slow. They're not quite in there when I need them to be. They are working their way in. I do get some good engagements on the flanks here where I'm going to just be fighting skeletons with goblins, which actually goblins will trade pretty well into skeleton spearmen here for future reference. And again, Orc Boys just going straight in. Summon some skeletons on top of my Black Orc big bosses, and Stone Trolls another really great tool for bogging me down. So just look at all the steps he's taking to slow down my mass. He uses his horses, he drops his summons, and is just really trying to allocate as many resources to stopping me as possible. And he's going to get a beautiful shot here. straight down the line of my Stone Trolls, and despite their missile and magic resist, that still did a lot of damage and gets their leadership lower. Meanwhile, my Lord is taking a beating here between the Cav and the Hero Squad. I do get the Spiders to come in and provide so much needed support, but I mistimed my attack and was a little too aggressive with the Lord. I also should have probably not been focusing the Bone Giant and instead been going after the heroes and the Cav units with the Black Orc big bosses, and then come back to the Bone Giant later on. My Stone Trolls have been having a really hard time into the Ushabti, which surprised me. I thought they would do a lot better, but since I don't have any other anti-large units in this particular engagement, Savage Orcs are right here, then you know the Stone Trolls are just struggling to get through the Ushabti with skeleton support. So I got leadership issues all over the place as greenskins. And there's just so many units that I haven't been able to quite kill off. The Ushabtis are doing an amazing job against my light infantry. And although the Orc Boys aren't doing bad, again, they're just really not cutting through any of the Ushabti units, and he still has a full health Bone Giant I'm going to have to deal with in the late game. Black Orc good bosses are now getting singled out, so King's just done a phenomenal job of screening me out here, considering that Stone Trolls and Black Orcs can make this matchup a little tricky for the two Kings sometimes. So really great job so far. At this point, I'm kind of trying to claw my way back into the battle. I'm just going to start spamming Vindictive players on Archon trying to get a kill. But I've already lost one Black Orc big boss over here who's getting chased off by some Nehekara horsemen. Spiders coming back. There's a unit of Stone Trolls, 10 models, but almost no HP left, so they're getting chased off too. If I were to somehow stretch this game out and get the Trolls healed up a lot, then I think they would have a chance to come back. But all the time that I would be waiting to do that, I'd be getting hit by this Bone Giant and getting hit with Spirit Leeches from Archon. So I'm just kind of desperately trying to snipe him here, but even if Archon goes down, he's got so much of the balance of power is in these heroes. He's brought the Necrotect. Nice point-blank shot onto the Spider Riders, Bone Giant freeing up Archon. And again, the Stone Trolls, most of their models left, but they just took such a beating trying to push through those Ushabti earlier and the Skeleton Spears that it just ended up being a really bad engagement for me. Also, the Tomb Prince has done quite well. I probably should have focused him down a little harder, especially a 2v1 situation with the Black Orc big bosses. He would have died a lot easier, but he's been able to isolate all of my heavy hitters pretty well here. And even though I'm not out of the fight, it's just coming down to the Ushabti and the Bone Giants, along with the fact that he has summons in the pocket. So just really great job from King isolating every single unit I have that was out of position, and he played this super well. I liked his army a lot. I love using Bone Giants, I love using Tomb Guard. And the Ushabti, I was really surprised how well the Ushabti stood up. So it just goes to show you guys a few tips for playing Tomb Kings on what might work a little bit better against greenskins from a top player. And that's going to be army losses as I get shot in the back. And I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. We'll speed it up to finish it out here and look at the kills. Alright, yeah, 94 kills on one Ushabti unit. 2 of the Tomb Guard didn't do a whole lot because they were just getting bum rushed. But one of them up to 94 kills, very nice. The Bone Giant, 34 kills, but they were all pretty much large units. Not much on the Hero Squad, but that Tomb Prince did a ton of single entity damage, so he did a great job. And I was pretty happy with the Spider in terms of sniping Archon and just taking a while to get killed, but definitely misplays on my part. The army composition wasn't great either. The Goblins traded very well with the Skeleton Spears, but the Orc Boys really let me down. Savage Orc Biggins did fantastic. Spider Riders, not so great against the Nehekara Horsemen. Stone Trolls, always a good pick. So, that's my breakdown for this battle. We'll see you guys in the next one.